Hi there, welcome to my channel. If you haven't been before, my name is Emma. I am a 50-something professional woman who likes to use makeup to boost my confidence in my personal and my working life, and I share my tips and tricks with you. Most of the videos that I post on this channel are about subtle, neutral, professional makeup looks, but today I'm going to do something just a little bit different. Let me ask you, why on earth would a 50-something professional woman like me, who's somewhat boring, let's just admit it, buy something like this? This is the Danessa Myricks Lightwork VII palette. Oh my goodness. Oh. I mean, look at it. It's pure disco ball energy. It really isn't exactly what I would normally buy to wear to the office. This palette is the kind of palette that beauty creators lose their minds over. Multi-chromes, duochromes, creams, sparkles, ethereals, everything. It's a full face palette, so you can use these colours on any part of the face, your lips, your cheeks. You can get really, really creative. But basically, it's everything that should come with a warning sign for those over the age of 30. So why have I bought it? Well, frankly, I just got a little bit tired of being boring, of being neutral, professional, subtle, and frankly, just a little bit beige. So I'm sorry, but I've taken the plunge. So last year, Danessa brought out a similar palette with the same detachable palettes and the same magnetic, could stack them, and a little pouch that you get as well, so that you can pop them away. And I really loved the innovative design, but last year's palette was just too wacky in terms of colours for me, and I didn't take the plunge. But this year, the colour scheme includes some really nice matte colours and shades, and frankly, I just wanted to give it a go. I've got to be really honest and say that this palette is taking me out of my usual comfort zone. And I am a little bit worried that when I start applying it, I'm going to look like mutton dressed as lamb. So let me try it, let me take the risk, and then you can see what the outcome is. And I am dead excited, and I'm just a little bit impatient. So I thought I'd start now with the first look. And what I thought I'd do is take this light shade here and try that on. And I'm going to use the little portable mirror. So this is just a look I created this morning. Let's see how this works over the top. Oh, that is really interesting. Just using it as a topper on an existing makeup look. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm going to have fun with this palette. So let's see how we get on. Okay, experiment number 1. So I'm going to start with the more subtle end because I'm more comfortable with very neutral type palettes. So I thought I'd build up gradually. So I'm going to start with this palette and see what more subtle look I can create, and then I'm going to build up from there with some other looks. So I've just used the sand and rooted matte colours, and they're really blendable and buildable. And what you can see now is me adding the colour Warmth, a really nice colour with a bit of shimmer. I was really impressed. But this is me diving into the colour Golden Child. Oh my goodness. And I was really amazed by the way that it shimmers. So here are two quite subtle looks, one using the shade Warmth and Golden Child, and the other using the same mattes with the shade Mother Earth. I do prefer the Warmth one. Okay, so time for another little experiment, and I'm determined to see how I can use this in every day. Let's try. I said that I was going to veer away from the blue, but I'm going to try and see if I can do a subtle blue. Very, very buildable, very blendable. Only gently touching. There we are. So here we go. Bit of the blue, a light blue. Oh, it's amazing. There we go. On this one, I'm going to go for this colour here. What do you think? I know I say I don't wear blue, but it actually looks very nice. So I'm going to try a couple more bolder looks. So I'm going to start. I'm going to do this palette and this palette. So I started with the same mattes and then I experimented with the purples on the first eye. But let's jump ahead to me applying the blues. So I am really playing here. This is just having fun. This isn't what I would normally wear. And as I say, I would normally not go for a blue. But on this occasion. So I'm just going to really go for a bit of a wing on the black. Because I've got that on, I can put it there. And then again, I can shade it out. So I've got some darks on there. Time to dive into the blues. So I'm going to put the lighter one. Oh my goodness, look at that. Across the whole eye first. Right, the dark blue, I'm going to go in with the dark on this side. And then I'm going to go in with this silver here on the top. And let's not forget the very last silver. That's going to go in the corner. And then I'm going to blend them all in. I think I might just put a bit of that silver just over the top here as well. Just to be a bit of a dramatic feel over the top. This is so not what I would normally wear. Let's make it really intense. There we are. Really beautiful blues. Wow. There's a little trick when you take it off. There we go. And of course that looks a bit odd. So you just go and soften that edge. So I'm just doing a wing on this side as well. It's so much easier with these little gadgets. If you haven't got these sticky iPads, you could use an ordinary office sticky note. And just because I can, let's put a little bit on my cheeks and see what that looks like. This is becoming one of my favourite colours, this slightly iridescent pinky one. Oh, if you wanted to, you could pop it up there. And shall we see what that looks like on the lips? Well, actually, I quite like that on the lips. So I have been having fun, and you know, it's It is good fun, but you could see how both of these looks could be toned down. I would definitely consider wearing these purples in a slightly more toned down way, and I'd definitely consider wearing them when I'm on stage, when I'm singing. And as this is a full face palette, shall we give it a go? I'm just freezing the frame here because I'm about to prove to you that a 50-something can't really carry off every look. Brace yourself for something really quite scary. Shall we see where it works elsewhere? Just a little experiment. Now I'm not going to wear that to the office. Really wanted to make a bit of an impact at Halloween. Go for it. So by way of a roundup, do I recommend that a 50-something professional woman might enjoy and use this palette? Well, I've been really pleasantly surprised, and I did not expect to be sitting here saying that I have used it as much as I have. You can see how much I've used it. I'm really starting to dig into the colours. I have found myself over the last week reaching out for this palette virtually every day, and I have used it over my sort of normal makeup looks to add a little bit of sparkle or intrigue, but I've also used the palette on its own and created looks that were perfectly fine for using in my everyday work life. It depends how you use it, and I am still exploring it, and I think I'll be reaching out for it tomorrow, and I will definitely be using it when I go to Christmas parties and events. And I will be using it when I go on stage because there are several colours. I just can't believe how black the black is. With an eyeliner pen, you can use that instead of eyeliner. So a really versatile palette, actually, far more than I thought it would be. And the colours are just incredible. They are just amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, unbelievably, I am sitting here saying to you, don't be afraid, even if you are over 50, it depends how you use it. And if you want to use it subtly, you can create some really interesting looks. I hope you've enjoyed my video and that I've given you another honest review for the over 50 professional woman. Bye bye.